How you doing? Welcome back to another Bubby Golf video. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for tuning on in. As y'all can see by the title of this video, the thumbnail of this video, this is kind of part 2 to the last video I posted. The video where I informed y'all on the injury I have sustained. Now this is getting back up. This is the road to recovery, y'all. I am back here in Chicago. Just had to stop by Starbucks. You know the vibes. And I am heading to my man Jeremy Smith at Team Rehab Barrington. And we're gonna get your boy right. That is a goal in today's video. And referring back to last video, I just want to get on here again and give y'all such a big thank you for the love and support. It means the world to me reading those comments. It really does. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get back better than ever. I promise you that. As Conor McGregor would say, trust me. Trust me on that. But yes, I am mad excited to get in there into PT, see my boy Jeremy. He's taken care of my lower back before. Super great dude. Super cool dude. He'll introduce himself. He'll tell you about what he does. I'll let y'all know where the place in Chicago is. Like I said, hopefully in this video, if you are also a person who struggles with lower back issues, I believe there will be something in this video that will be able to help y'all out. And that's what I care about most with this video, is I want y'all to get some knowledge and learn some understanding about the body that could help y'all out. If you have lower back pain, side pain, back pain, I don't know what we're going to be going over, but I promise you it's going to be about lower back pain, because that's where your boy's messed up right now. But yes, yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we have just made it to Team Rehab, and I'm going to give y'all a quick tour of the place, just so you can see what I mean by the, I wish the word I'm looking, specializes in golf PT and all this. This is amazing. Look at this. You walk right in the door. Look at this putting green right here. Right in the door. That is beautiful. Got everything you need, equipment, lifting. And he just updated me that right here, they are installing a simulator. TrackMan and everything is going to be its own private room. Literally, like, you cannot beat this place when it comes to golf PT. It is unreal. You can practice in here, you can chip in here, you can putt in here. You're going to be able to play golf in here on a simulator. It is amazing. But here's the actual PT part. Got everything, the tables, workout equipment over here. And yeah, like I told you, I came here about a year ago and I had my first back problems, and he worked wonders on my back. He got me to the point where when I was training for long drive, I could hit 250, 300 swings, full bore, full go at him, and not feel any pain at the end of the long drive training speed session. I don't know what this man does to make your back feel better, but at least for me, it worked really well, and I'm sure it'll do the same for you. If you want to check it out, all the information about this place will be linked down in the description. And no, this is not like anything paid. This is not any sponsorship. It's just I want to bring y'all to the best people that have helped my body out the most. And that is what this is. Yeah. So let's get right to fixing your boy's back. Hey, well, first off, before we get anything, this is my guy Jeremy.
Hey.
Jeremy Smith. He fixes my back and body. Like I said, I had 75s in each hand, shoulder pressing, was doing very jerkily, trying to work up to explosive movement with the 90s. My butt was coming off the seat a little, and on the 5th one when I came down, really sharp pain. Dropped the weights, hunched over to the floor. It took me like 20-25 seconds to catch my breath. Yep. And then when I tried getting back up, straightening the back out from being hunched over was really painful. And then all I did the rest of the day was kind of try and sit with my legs elevated. Keep either the spine or pelvis tilted up, but then as soon as I got out of that position, it was just right back to being painful.
So lying with your legs up decreased your pain?
Yeah, lying with my legs up and lying on my back decreases my pain, because normally I like to sleep on my side with one leg over, but that hurts.
Okay. Did you have any symptoms going down the leg?
Nothing down the leg.
Okay. Anything up into the head?
Well, not in the head, but when I tilt the head down still, it's like a sharp stretching pain kind of on the right side.
Okay. So push your head down, and you feel that down here?
Yeah.
0 to 10, where you at?
When it first happened, it was probably like a 7, but now it's probably down to like a 5.
Does that decrease when you take your head out of the position?
When I take my head up?
When your head's down, you get pain?
Yeah.
When it comes back out, does it go away?
Yeah, right. It goes away as soon as my head comes out. Immediately.
Okay. All right.
All right, people. How you doing?
Back.
Throughout the video, at some points, I will be doing a voiceover for y'all, just to explain to you what's going on, why we're doing it, and to give y'all more insight as to what we're working on.
Rotate. That's a big problem. You should be able to reach up back.
As you can see in this point right here, he is letting me know, and he's explaining to me that I do not have much mobility in my upper body or my shoulder range, and your boy is mad tight, not flexible. And as we proceed through the video and get more into it, you will see what this has to do with why I injured my back.
And then we're just going to make sure it's not going down your leg at all. So let me know if this goes down your leg.
This part right here, we are testing to see if there's any pain shooting down the leg. Obviously to see if there's anything going on with the nerves in my lower back, making sure it wasn't a pinched nerve. And hopefully, like I've been hoping for, it is just a muscular injury in the lower back area.
Kind of clear in the middle. Does that shoot into the back at all?
Again, thankfully, thank God, there is no shooting pain down my leg, into the glute, or anything of that nature.
No, that's the position that feels good, kind of bringing the weight. Yeah, that I feel.
Where do you go?
Lower back, right side, like really lower back.
Right here, this test to me was actually very interesting. As you can see here, when he moved my arm like that, I felt the pain in the lower back. And then he stabilized my scapula, and listen to what I say.
That I feel.
Nothing there. So when we stabilize the scapula, you don't get any pain.
No.
Okay. What if I don't stabilize the scapula?
I feel like
You
it's
get
stretching.
pain. Okay. All right, sit up again, face the back.
It's crazy how him just stabilizing the scapula made me not feel pain where I injured myself. And it's cool, as we get further on in the video, you're going to see as to why that is. I love going to appointments and PT like this. Obviously, I don't like going to them because when I go to these appointments, that means your boy's injured or my body's not working efficiently. But you learn a lot about yourself and the human body through the process.
No. With the palms up, no. I've been doing stretches where I've tried to do it like that, and that feels just like a slight pain. But the palms up, no, that doesn't hurt at all.
So your primary complaint is the chin to chest.
The chin to chest is the one that hurts the most. Chin to chest, and rotating. Right.
Yeah, so I think what's going on is it seems like thoracolumbar junction, but it's also stemming from your lat a little bit. So as you raise your arm up over your head, if I don't stabilize the shoulder blade, then you start to arch in your back because your lat's so tight, and that pulls on your back. So I think over that, you were just extension during that exercise.
Wow, my lower back just...
Yeah, so then, and the chin to chest is neural tension. So you have just one of those things where...
And then this movement right here, or motion, I believe it's called an adjustment. He is performing on me right now. I believe it's to relieve some of the tension, and he called it the thoracolumbar junction, where the thoracic spine meets the lumbar spine. I've always been very tight there, even a year ago when I was going to him. Y'all can't really hear it because the mic wasn't up close, but my back was popping like Orville Redenbacher, people. Like, it felt amazing. Right here too, this felt so good. I believe the adjustments, obviously, like, it can get you realigned, stuff of that nature, but I think really here it was more just relieving pressure I had built up in there throughout my whole spine. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. Again, nothing I say here on this voiceover is medical advice. I just know I go here, he does this, my body feels great, yo.
Let's see if that changes anything. So go ahead and sit up, face the back again, but look down for me. Better, worse, the same?
Better. A little bit better.
Yeah, about the same. You can say the same, it's okay. Arms across the chest.
Oh, wait, range of motion wise or pain wise?
Pain wise.
Pain wise is a little bit better. I don't feel like it. I still feel it, I guess.
Still down here.
Still right here on the right
And
side.
as I was going into this appointment, people, my back, through some of the exercise he had already given me, was feeling a good amount better from the first few days post-injury. And that was a really good sign for me. That got me going into the appointment believing it was just a muscular issue, which is what we want. We don't want anything to be wrong with the actual spine, vertebrae. Again, I think those are the medical terms, but yes. Going into the appointment, I was very optimistic and feeling good that I would be back quick.
It's not that that's a crazy thought, because your paraspinals run your whole length of your spine, so it's very possible that that whole thing It's just the mechanism's a bit different. So I'm trying to figure out if it was the going up or the coming down that created that symptom.
Is that why, since it's muscular, does that make sense why it hurts so much more in the morning when I wake up?
Yeah, I mean positioning. Yeah, your body isn't designed for static positioning. Our bodies are designed for movement. So, you know, when you're static positioned for sleeping for an extended period of time, and then you try to get up in the morning. Also, the way you showed me how you get up, which is kind of your standard sit-up crunch position, that's going to put tension through that whole system. So the way you create neural tension is with chin to chest, slump, and then leg extension. And that creates tension throughout your whole nervous system. And so you're essentially putting more tension through there when you do that sit-up to get out of bed.
Right on.
So you're going to have to roll to get out of bed instead of your normal. Yeah, like
the first few days it's hard to get out of bed.
Yeah.
To roll
so
out.
To avoid that symptom first thing in the morning, that's what you're going to have to do. So even just with palpation, like this side is not bad, and this side is super tight. So I'm going to do some deep tissue work in here, see if we can get that to calm down.
So you can just feel.
And then we're going to do some cupping and some mobilization with movement with the cupping. See if we can get this.
So at this point right here, he could tell that the injury was muscular at this point. Great news. That's why he's working on it with some deep tissue work. And he could feel that the side of my back that was injured, the right side, had a lot more, I forgot what the word, it started with the P, palpitations. He could feel it was a lot tighter. He could feel that the buildup and the injury was on that side compared to my left side, which is crazy. And right now, y'all, we're going into cupping on the right side where the injury is to draw blood flow to it. And you'll see, he told me that the more injured or per se, the more buildup there is in a region with lactic acid, the more bright, like red and dark purple these bruises will be from decupping. And you'll see in just a bit, these joints were red and purple, y'all.
Good, and then stretch those arms forward a little bit. Good. And then back up. Good, and then back. Do about 10 of those. All right?
Oh, yeah, this got a little tingle to it.
Yeah, they're gonna be nice and purple.
Yeah.
Pull it up a little higher. There you go.
Some good ones on there? Some good ones like Michael Phelps?
Okay, so after manipulation.
Now this is what made me super optimistic. Watch the range of motion. In this, obviously y'all can see the range of motion difference in this, but the pain was relieved so much.
They're kind of chilling.
Okay.
I feel just a little discomfort.
There was still pain down in the lower back, but very minimized and really just felt more like discomfort, something I could really definitely deal with. Range of motion, a lot better. Still, once I got to a certain point, I did feel that sharp pain still. So I'm still going to take it easy and wait a few more days, maybe another week until actually swinging the club.
We got to get that muscle kind of reworked. My bigger concern is the underlying reason as to why it happened, and I think it's because those lats and those pecs are so tight. So the exercises I'm going to have you working on are stretching pecs, stretching lats, and strengthening middle and lower traps, which are the antagonists of those muscles.
Okay.
Okay.
So I messed up my body here because this was.
Yes, because you were so rounded forward.
And I was trying to lower back.
And you were trying to extend to keep better posture.
It's fun.
So your lower back compensated.
So if I get more mobility here, I won't have to compensate.
So increase mobility here and increase mobility here, you won't have to arch in your lower back.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is what I think is mad dope about Jamie's approach to everything. I could have gone in there and he could have just worked on the lower back and fixed it and made it feel better, and I would have been telling y'all, yeah, I feel great. But instead, he looks at what caused the problem and not just fixing the effect. So the cause is upper body, shoulders, pecs, biceps, lats, everything's mad tight. So when I'm doing that overhead movement, I have to, what's the word I'm looking for? I have to compromise my lower spine and arch it to get the range of motion and leverage needed to move the heavy weight. So he's like, okay, right here he's talking about tightness in the lat. He's like, let's open up your lats, let's open up your thoracic, let's open up your shoulders, let's open up your pecs. So as you go through these motions, you won't injure yourself again, which I think is dope. He takes an approach to A, fix the pain, get rid of the pain, let's get that right, and then B, let's fix the part of the body that compromised your lower back and get that moving right so it doesn't happen again. Y'all will see as we get into the exercises later on in the video what those consisted of.
Yep, there you go. Good. So you see how limited your range of motion is in your shoulders?
Yeah.
And how much you have to compensate through here. Okay? So go ahead and contract.
Right here, this is really to get the lats stretched out, get the thoracic spine through a good stretch, and as you can see, without compromising my lower back and keeping my lower back, core, and glutes tight, I can barely move the bar over my head. Look at that. I have to cheat so much when doing an overhead shoulder press, and that is where the injury was sustained.
This exercise is brought to you by Good Golf.
Throw your boy into some weighted stuff, you know, really get that stretch going. This felt amazing right here, y'all.
Good. Keep that core tight, tight, tight. Let it stretch all this out.
Oh, hold there.
About 5 seconds. Then bring it on out.
This, people, watch this. These are obviously just really light swings. I believe this was with the 7-iron. Well, we're not swinging yet. This is a thing he did with me a year ago to kind of increase mobility in the golf swing and really try and stretch out those lats and that thoracic spine in the motion of the golf swing. Just manually going to be like, all right, let's just turn your muscles. Let's get them to move a little further. Get them used to that feeling.
Oh, no.
And then go follow through. Good. Maintain there.
Same thing with the follow through. I didn't even know it until he showed me. The way I finished my golf swing with my follow through is also putting a bunch of pressure on that lower back, the spine, the muscles down there and everything. So he worked on changing that, as you'll see in a few moments.
Okay. About 50% swing.
Just a little swing?
Yep. Okay.
Really nothing. I think it's just kind of like my brain's expecting there to be pain, so it's kind of like discomfort, but when I just swing that easy, nothing.
This was making me so happy, y'all.
Finish feels good.
Yep.
There was literally no pain in these swings.
feel
Obviously,
that
these aren't
swing
full
and
go,
hold the
these aren't full
the
rotations
finish,
back or anything, but I'm able to make this motion and make these swings with really just what I would say being discomfort.
Let's get you there.
You want you to take some pressure
Because
off?
you're essentially riding right into this, which is where your problem is. So for now, try to finish a bit more upright
bit more forward.
and post it on the lead side.
Get that finish right, take more pressure off the lower
It's gonna
back.
help me get through the
And not
ball.
only that,
Well,
that
yeah,
finish is
part
going to
of
help
why
me
you
get
can't
through the
do
ball
the
much
ball
better.
because
That's
your
what I love
T-spine
about
is so tight
Jamie's
and the
approach
lat
and
is so
comprehensive
tight,
knowledge
you
of the
don't
body
Really?
in conjunction with the sport of golf. It is a perfect
That
combination.
one I thought we get lazy with.
Yeah. The more that if you feel it in that right side lower back, it's because you're finishing here and you're not finishing in that posted tall position.
Yeah, that nice high finish, high follow through.
That's it.
I even kind of felt like a stretch down there. It's going to feel a little different.
Grind that out a little bit and work on that tall posture.
Bet.
First one is about 6 inches from the wall with your feet. Your hands are going to be on the wall, elbows on the wall. Okay, you're going to keep that core tight so you don't extend. And then you're going to keep your chin tucked also, and you're going to try to slide your arms up the wall without the elbows coming off if you can, and without extending in your lower back.
So this is something I'm going to be really bad at.
Probably.
Because I got the mad tight thoracic spine.
Right there. Good.
So these exercises, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, really frustrate me because they're such simple movements. And look at how much I struggle with it. I'm trying to keep my core engaged, my glutes engaged, to keep that pelvis and that lower back in a good, strong, stable position.
So I got to keep.
But
my
I've gotten
core and
so
glutes
used to, over the
Keep
course of my
your core and
entire
glutes
life,
engaged.
lifting and golfing and everything, of compromising the lower back and the lower spine for mobility. Like, all I would want to do here, if he didn't tell me what to do, I would just arch the lower back in and be able to move my hands up the wall like
3
he
sets
did.
of 5.
But
You're going to
that's
be sweating
not
after that.
efficient, and it's also not the healthiest for my body.
No. Golly, this is difficult. Luckily, though, the swings felt really good. Obviously, they were just little swings, but there was literally no pain, just discomfort. I could tell, though, if I really started going at it, there might be a little bit of something, but swings felt good, man. I'm excited for that. And, yeah, that finish does make sense, taking that weight
that pressure off my lower back, finishing up like this instead of bent like that. Makes sense. Makes sense. Feels good. We're gonna get right into this exercise, and I can already tell this one is gonna kick my ass. This is so difficult because I got the overhead shoulder press. I can feel that my lower back just wants to cheat and arch, so I can get that more range of motion. But I gotta keep the core and the glutes engaged. You keep that pelvis in place so it doesn't cheat, and then learn to actually move up here instead of moving down here when I shouldn't be moving down here.
All right, so feet a little further up.
This one was
Good.
incredibly difficult for me, y'all.
Chin down.
I literally could not get my lower back to stay against that foam roller.
Bring them out.
It was so difficult not to cheat with the lower
Drop
back.
those fingertips back against the wall.
You can see it in my face, like, oh God, your boy's not built for
You gotta
this.
go. Okay. From there, you're gonna press up overhead.
Oh, it's stretching the thoracic is unreal.
Yeah. Okay. So now imagine if you were holding 75s and you didn't brace your core, what happened?
My lower back literally comes off, and I want to do that.
Which messed that up.
Oh,
And
my
that
goodness.
was the mechanism of the injury.
Could also too, like, opening up my hips help with my lower back? Like, could my psoas be pulling on it, or my hip flexors?
Theoretically, but the mechanism for you came from the upper
The
body.
movement, I heard it.
Yeah. When you were trying to lift those 75s, you arched your back to try to get more leverage instead of maintaining this. So, you know, right now, actually a probably good exercise for you before you press overhead is just start here and try to go all the way back without coming off the table,
so
without
hard.
coming off of the foam roll.
Without my lower back coming off.
Yeah.
So chin against, back
Yep.
against.
So you're trying to get your whole spine against there just for stabilization, yeah. And then as you come out, because that's how tight your pecs are.
Yeah.
And then the press overhead is your lats and all of your other scapular
I
musculature.
can't even do that.
Y'all can see my arms did not even come close to
In theory,
moving
I
straight
have
up.
tight
So if I
lats.
can't cheat with the lower
Right?
spine, I
So
can't
if I
get my
get here,
arms to move
okay,
straight
I'll
up.
come back, fingertips on the wall. I mean, it's challenging for me to do that too.
Yeah. What's your back look like? It's on. How do you do that?
Well, I'm not as tight as you. But it's really challenging for me to maintain my core stability while I do that. The wall slides and this are what you need to do consistently for the next, 4 to 6 weeks until that becomes easy.
Okay.
I'm not saying you can't lift. I'm not saying you can't play golf. You do what you want within the realm of your pain. What I would say is let's back off from 75 to like 50.
Alright. I got you.
Just for a little bit.
I got you.
Okay, you won't lose that much strength if you maintain. Okay, and then you just simply got to get your neuromuscular rehab going again. So you got to keep the core tight as you're lifting up overhead to prevent that accessory motion in the lower back. And the moment that you can do this is when you can start going back up to 90s.
It's a core workout. So I should work out my core too, because I never work out core.
You should work out your core, yes, but this will work your core, and it will work it and it will allow you to move better from a functional standpoint and for the things that you want to do.
Okay.
All right, guys, so we just finished up with PT. Yeah, that went about as good as I could have expected. He told me he diagnosed it. It is nothing to do with my spine, my lumbar spine, nothing to do with that. It just seemed more like a muscle strain on the lower right side of my lower back. Yeah, lower twice there. But that is beautiful news. As y'all saw in the video, I was able to take those little swings and not really feel any pain at all. Just a little bit of discomfort, because like I said, I think my mind was expecting there to be pain. But yeah, that's amazing. That is very uplifting, keeping the spirits high, baby. How you doing? But yes, hearing that it is muscular and it is not with the nerves or anything in the spine is great news. Golly, it feels good to hear that. And I think that's why the manual work, the manual therapy he did on my lower back made such a big difference to relieve that tension and kind of alleviate that strain. And as soon as he did that and I did the turning exercise, that hurt a lot before he did the manual massage, I guess I'll say. I don't know what the proper term is. And the cupping, it hurt a lot. After the manual work with the cupping, my mobility was greater on that side with a lot less pain. Still some pain, a little pinching when I got more rotated, but it is great news. Great news, people. We are going to be back soon. We're going to be back a lot quicker than I had expected. He told me, like, I can go about and do what I do as long as there is no pain or discomfort. If I feel any pain or discomfort, just don't do the exercise, don't do the movement, don't make a golf swing until you can do it with completely no pain and a full range of motion. So I'm going to do the exercises he showed me in there. And the other thing I like too is he did the manual therapy to really get me able to move more for the golf swing, but the exercises he had me do in the video were more so I could do the movements that hurt my lower back without them hurting my lower back in the future. The mobility on the upper body, getting the pecs opened up, getting the thoracic spine opened up, so I can actually do those overhead movements without having to compromise my lower spine by arcing it. And yeah, beautiful day, beautiful news. I am glad y'all are here with me through this process. And yeah, I feel a lot better. I tell you, that man works wonders, people. I'm keeping a buck with you on that. But yes, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you for watching the video. I feel pretty confident we will be back to making golf content very, very quickly. And yeah, much love. Peace.